You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your PMP certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. Time is the only non-renewable resource on exam day, and pacing protects decision quality under stress. Micro-budgets, or small time allocations per question, help tame anxiety and reduce careless mistakes. A guiding philosophy is speed later and clarity first, especially across the first 10 to 15 questions, where accuracy sets the tone. The three core skills you are training are triage to classify questions, timing awareness to maintain rhythm, and recovery routines to bounce back when pacing slips. Knowing the official clock and break structure is essential before test day. Your total seat time is 230 minutes, but only part of that is active question time, since 2 scheduled 10-minute breaks are included. The exam should be treated as 3 blocks with natural reset points built in at the breaks. Your pacing target is an average across all questions, not a rigid per-item requirement. Decide in advance whether you will always take breaks or only use them conditionally, since making that choice mid-exam wastes focus. To build a baseline pace, start by choosing an average per-question budget that matches your reading speed and comprehension level. Create a personal bank time rule to absorb the occasional long stem without panic. Define a maximum time you will allow yourself per item before flagging and moving on. Under stress, a simple pacing table you can recall instantly helps keep you anchored, such as target question counts by each half-hour mark. The 3-lap method turns pacing into a controlled cycle. In lap 1, you answer clear items quickly to build margin. In lap 2, you return to flagged items needing moderate analysis and allocate measured time. In lap 3, you use the remaining minutes to tackle the hardest questions, ensuring nothing is left blank. Keeping your flag count healthy prevents a pileup of unresolved items at the end, where stress and limited time can hurt accuracy. Flagging discipline prevents wasted minutes and confusion during return passes. Items worth flagging include long stems, multi-select formats, closely worded options, and math calculations. Freebies, items you clearly recognize or those with obvious eliminations should not be flagged since they are fast wins. Decide in advance a maximum number of active flags per block to keep the load manageable. When you do flag, jot a one-line reason to remind yourself why it was deferred, saving time on the second pass. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Break optimization is a skill in itself. Before each scheduled break, submit remaining answers in that block without rushing through last-second changes. During the break, hydrate, stretch, and reset your breathing, but avoid replaying questions in your mind. When you return, restart slowly by answering the first 2 questions with deliberate care to re-establish accuracy. Then reset your micro-budget by dividing the remaining time by the remaining item count to keep pace realistic. Recovering from a slump is a normal part of exam flow. If you miss 3 questions in a row, pause for 10 seconds to reset focus before continuing. You can skip to a shorter STEM question to rebuild rhythm, then return to the difficult one with a clearer mind. Use the role, phase, constraint, and verb approach to re-anchor comprehension, ensuring you understand what is really being asked. Always remind yourself that on any STEM resembling change management, you must analyze impact before taking action. Multi-select questions and long stems require specific handling. For long stems, convert them into a short 2-sentence summary before even looking at the options. For choose 2 items, look for the first action and the enabler that makes it possible. Avoid selecting pairs that duplicate the same action at different levels of detail. Timing parity matters here. Allow yourself a bit more time than a standard single choice, but enforce a hard cap so these items do not consume your schedule. There are differences between online and test center experiences that affect pacing. In a test center, seating, noise, and ergonomics can affect your reading speed and concentration. On-screen tools like highlight, strike through, and the visible clock are available in both modes, but you must practice using them deliberately. If technology hiccups occur, stay calm, note the time, and follow the proctor's instructions without panic. Your personal comfort plan should also be defined ahead, including clothing layers, hydration strategy, and simple micro-stretches during breaks. Finally, practice to the pace you plan to use. Design drills that simulate your exact timing plan, not just knowledge checks. Track 2 key metrics: average time per item and your confidence accuracy, meaning how often your confident choices are correct. Calibrate each week by tightening budgets as comprehension improves, and use diagnostics to adapt your weak spots. Lock your final pacing plan 1 week before the exam and stop tinkering so your habits are stable and automatic when test day arrives. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.